What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Budget Rebuilds. Today we're back on Crispy Critter again. Still trying to get stuff done, knock it out. We have our new bars in. Today I'm going to get the bars wired, and we're going to go ahead and get these forks painted, sanded down and painted. That looks horrible. It looks like I just walked by with a can of spray paint. Anyway, so I have wired bars in my other video, but I'll go ahead and just give like a quick overview on that. But yeah, we're gonna get the bars mounted, get all the wires done, brakes, clutch cable. I think my throttle cable should come in today, so we can have all that done and put on our new headlight in the shell. Ours was dented. I tried to save it, and it wasn't. It's too bad. It's too far gone. And we'll go ahead and get our front fender mounted. And I think we can go ahead and get our muffler on there too. Just still waiting on parts. I'm waiting on my tank and fender and stuff to get painted too. But we're gonna get as much done as we can with what we have right now. All right, we got our new wire extensions in. They come with the pins already on there. So real quick, your wires come in through the back of here. This is the connector for the handlebars. Pull out your orange bobber, and there's little tabs in there. You just pull the tabs down and your wires slide out the back. Then you cut your wires off, strip them on both sides, and I always solder mine. Obviously use heat shrink on the inside of it, and then we'll run these through the bars. We'll put some grease on them and run them back down through the bars. So usually when I buy these bars off the internet, they have a metal wire that goes through here, and you just attach the other end of your control wires to that wire, tape them up, and pull it through. This one didn't have it, so I took a little nut, tied it to a heavy gauge wire, and then taped my wire to the wires on the controls, and then lubed up which I did all this in the past episode, but I lubed up all the wires with dielectric grease because it's like a dry grease, and then just pull them through. And you kind of want to push on this side harder than you're pulling, because if you pull your wire out, you got to start back out. You got to start back over again with everything. Now that I got these done, before I bolt them on the bike and get the wheel on there and everything else, I'm going to go ahead and paint those front forks so we don't get overspray all over the place. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get these scuffed up, try to knock off some of this old paint and get it smooth before we primer it. Alright, we got it all scuffed up. I'm about to hit it with a coat of primer. was going to spray these forks, but JT's definitely got a way better painting hand than I do, so I'm going to go ahead and let him take over on this. We're going to lay down a layer of black, and I think we'll do a layer of clear after that.
I'm a rattle can king. Alright guys, on this bike we're going to go with a different wheel. It's a 23 like the last bike we did, but this one's going to be all, I guess you'd call all chrome, instead of like the last bike was with black spokes. We think it's going to make it look like a more of an old school look, and I think it's going to look badass.
And we went with a single disc on this one again. Got a couple of comments about it not stopping as well. It's a 20-year-old Harley. It's not going to stop that well anyway, and it's a custom bike. It's not a big enough difference for it to matter.
How many have we built with single disc? We haven't had a wreck yet.
Right. Knock on wood.
Being real.
We went with a brown colored Mustang seat. I got it used on eBay. We got a pretty good deal. I've never gone with a brown seat before, but it looks good.
I think the brown seat's going to look bad.
I think it's going to look killer on the bike.
With the chrome wheel. It's kind of, this bike's kind of like old school, like bagger like look. It's going to look cool.
And we got our stretch bags into like we always do. They come painted, already assembled. All you got to do is pin them on and you're done. And they're cheap. They look good. So,
are we sticking with the budget for like a $2,500 range on this one?
We're getting close.
Getting close.
We're getting close. And we're still waiting on the tire. If we had the tire on right now, we're still hoping it might come in today. We'll see.
And on this bike, we are definitely going to show y'all the before and after pictures, because this is going to be amazing to see what this burnt looking piece of shit bike looks like from front to this. It's going to be crazy.
Can't wait. Can't wait to get it running.
Alright guys, we got a couple of coats of gloss black on these forks. I'm going to pull the paint off, and then after that we're going to put the nacelle back on and put the handlebars on?
Put the handlebars on.
Put the handlebars on. And then hopefully our tire shows up today and we can get our wheel and tire mounted up on here, and
we'll get the cables on it, hopefully. Get the front end. It'd be cool if we get the front end done today.
Start looking like a bike.
Yeah. We'll be able to roll.
You going to ride it today?
No. Not without a gas tank. So this is $6 for a paint can. We're just doing it on a budget. It's better than having to break all the forks off, take them apart, put in new seals, send them off to powder coat and everything. And all we did was just clean them up and smear some lipstick on it.
And that's why it's called Budget Rebuilds.
Alright, so before I go de-pin these connectors and stuff, when I go to run the wires through, I always make a diagram and just write which color wire goes where, so I know when I put it back together. Because I did it once and thought I had it right. I went to go pull on the brake handle and it started, and then I hit the start button and the brake light came on. So. Alright, got my connectors on. I'm ready to bolt the bars on it.
Where's the Allen? Whoa! I thought you let go of it.
I did, my bad. We got plenty of extra wire up in here, but we can just tuck it in the headlight housing or in the shell, whatever it's called.
Did you end up getting a new one, or are you gonna fix the old one like you were talking about?
I had to get a new one. I went to go try to start bending it and it broke in half. Alright. So there's that. I'm just going to tuck it in there. So we're at our buddy's shop over here where I go and get my tires mounted and balanced. They got all sorts of cool shit to look at in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this tire mounted real quick so we can get it put on the bike today, hopefully. So we just left Chaotic Customs in Woodstock over here, our buddy's place. He lets us put on the tires and stuff sometimes. But yeah, new wheel and tire looks good, and we bought a couple of other miscellaneous used parts that we needed to get this bike fixed up. Hopefully we got everything we need to get it done as soon as we get the rest of our stuff back for paint.
The wheel looks good though.
Looks real good.
Looks
We're about
really
to do
good.
some burnouts in this rainy weather. Traction control keeps in. Alright, I'm going to try to get this wheel set on here. I know I'm going to have to take it off a couple times, but because I usually have to mess, when I do a single disc, I have to mess with the spacing several times. I'm going to put it on there first and just try the spacers the same way they came off like I always do and see how it works out. We had to order reducers because this has 1-inch bearings in it and it's a 3/4 axle. These just slide in the wheel and it takes up the slack in the bearing. Already. That spacer is definitely not going to work. No, I don't think either of these spacers are going to work because these ones were the old style kind that goes inside the wheel. See, that much of it was inside the wheel. right there. I'm gonna find another shorter spacer. Alright, so we need a couple more parts to put the brake on there, but I'm gonna get the fender mounted on it so we can at least have the front end pretty much done. And I'll go ahead and get those other parts coming for the brakes. So I'm still waiting on the spacers to go in between the fender and the trees, but we just wanted to go ahead and set it up there so we can get an eye for it. And this bike is gonna look badass with that big old wheel on there. Cannot wait to get it done. But still waiting on some more parts. Paint should be here in a couple days, and we should have it totally done and running by next weekend, I'm hoping. So that's all for this episode. Please like, subscribe, and share our videos. We appreciate y'all watching. See you next time.